Hey gang, so I just wanted to make this quick little video. This is the Samsung VR headset, and the reason why I'm holding it up is because the VR is debuting this month, and it is coming out with the Oculus Rift and the Vive. I'm more inclined with the Vive personally, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, with VR coming out, aviation games are going to come in droves. So I wanted to invest in a good HOTAS setup, which is hands-on throttle and stick. It works a lot better than a gamepad. So I didn't want a cheap one, and I didn't want a really expensive one. So I settled with the X55 Rhino from Cytec, which is pricey. It's not the cheapest. I didn't really like the feel of it though, playing on the desk. So what I did was I experimented and put it on the armrests of my chair, and it felt great. So I was thinking, what is the best way to securely strap this to the arms of my chair without destroying my chair? So I came up with this. This is my DXRacer chair, and this is the X55. This is the throttle. This is the stick. Excellent hardware there. So anyway, what these are held in by clamps, by the way. These are just paddles made out of plywood. I'm gonna see if I can focus. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, these are just decals I got from Canadian Tire. It looks old and grimy, but I assure you it is perfectly smooth. There's a gloss on it. I put a couple of layers of gloss. It's held in by these 4.5-inch clamps, which wrap around the armrest, and it's held in with this wooden bar, which has holes in it, obviously, and it is tightened and secured with these thumb screws. All right, so people are wondering, might be wondering how this is attached and how is this secured? Well, if you look here, there's this little metal, these two metal spigots or rods, and you just slide it up. It's hard to do. Oh, there you go. And as you can see, there's these two bolts with the heads cut off, and they're threaded into these metal sockets. I got two down here. All right. So all four corners have it. Now the reason why there is no, they're not on all four is this. If you want to build this yourself, this is what I recommend. Number one, use a drill press. If you're going to use a drill, you're going to have to drill straight down as possible. Next, you're going to want to use, let me just take this off again. Just let me slide it up. Put this here for now. You're going to want to use these things. I don't know what they're called. They're like sockets. They're like metal sockets, and you basically hammer them in. And like I said, these are just bolts. Here, let me just unscrew one. These are 1/4-inch bolts with the heads cut off. Okay, with you got to use a steel saw, obviously, hand saw. It takes about literally 2 minutes to do. It's pretty simple. And then you're going to want a file because it gets pretty sharp. So anyway, you screw it back in like that. But you see how nice and straight that is? I borrowed my friend's drill press. I don't have a drill press. I had to borrow it. The reason is because if this is off on an angle, you're never going to get it perfectly right. Now you're probably wondering, why is there only 2 instead of 4? That's because of that reason. Even though these get hammered in, so first you drill the hole, then you hammer these metal sockets in, you're never going to get it perfectly straight. But 2 out of the 4 will work with your HOTAS. For example, this one it's the same setup. It had 4 sockets in it, and on this joystick, these 2 happen to line up perfectly, so I could slide it in and out easily. See? So if you try to do all 4, they're never going to be perfect. You just want 2 to work. So what I recommend is do all 4, try and make it as straight as possible, So these things, I mean, use a T-square. You can even use like Lego blocks, as long as something's perfectly square, and try to get all of them as square as possible. What you'll notice, it'll be kind of hard to get your HOTAS, your throttle, or your stick in perfectly. So 2 though out of the 4 will work. You just have to experiment and find out which 2 will allow you to slide in and out the HOTAS easily. And it holds it in perfectly secure. It's not permanent. That was the key. Now for the desk tray, let me just show you how that works real quick. So the way this works, now I'm gonna put some Velcro or maybe some magnets on the bottom of this so it just snaps into place. But for now, like I said, I'm just gonna put this here for now. And I'm gonna try and do this one hand. I'm supposed to use 2, but it slides out just like that. There's a little bit of wiggle on the arms because these arms are totally adjustable. And as you can see, there's these slots, see that, on either side. And what you do is you just find the groove on one, which is, again, I'll show you. See that dowel? That dowel is, there's these metal washers there. Those are metal. Don't use wood, always use metal. And they are the exact width as this slot. And when you slide it in, it's hard to do with one hand, but when you slide it in, you got to slide in the first one and then find the second one. Let's see if I can do it. There you go. Actually, I did it. One hand. Good. I went with this Logitech. It's a $40 Bluetooth keyboard. Has a little scratch pad for the mouse. And it works quite well. This is insanely comfortable. The cool thing about this chair, by the way, you could do this with any chair, by the way. This is a pretty pricey chair. I got it on sale in December. I think this whole series, which is the KX0 has been discontinued. So it was on sale for like $100 off or so. It is a pricey chair, but it is very comfy. And I've always referred to it as my captain's chair, and now literally it is my captain's chair. And I think that's about it. Now you're probably wondering, just in case you're wondering, you see how that's nice and clean, and this is like grimy looking. The reason why is just because the yellow paint, the black paint was great, Painter's Touch, which was awesome for the gloss and the black. For the yellow, I used a different paint, and it was garbage. So I said, okay, I got to start over. I started sanding it off, and it gave this great like antique look on the arms. So I'm like, okay, I'm keeping that. So when I finished this part, I was going to do the same thing, but I decided, I'm just gonna, who cares? It's not a big deal. It looks cool. The reason why I should have done it black and white like the chair, but the reason why I did yellow and black was because on the HOTAS, that's what they use, and it sort of matches. So I think it looks great, and that's it for now, folks. No big production value here, just a simple video of my pilot's chair. All right, happy flying. Bye.